What's up, y'all? It's your girl, LaTonya MeChelle. So, welcome to my blog. How you guys liking it so far? It's gonna be a mixture of write-ups, vlogs, and everything. It's just my space to just express myself to do and say what I want to do. Um, this is a movie review. Now, I had did a big long write-up, and I sent it to my editor. And while I waited for her to review it, I went and decided to do some search on the movie and to check out the other reviews. Now, the movie review is on American Skin and it's by Nate Parker, the person who did A Rebirth of a Nation. Now, I can't give you much feedback on Rebirth of a Nation because I refuse to watch it. I'm just one of those people who sick and tired of watching slavery movies, and I just wasn't going to watch another one. So I didn't watch it. Heard about all the controversy with Nate Parker and, accused of rape, all of that. So I knew of him, but it is what it is. But sit down, this event. It's kind of interesting because when I went, I didn't know what I was going for. I just got invited. And I thought maybe it was a panel discussion or something. I mean, you see Nate Parker, you see Amari Hartwig, and you turn around and you see Spike Lee. Interesting, huh? Yeah, I thought so too. Well, anyways, as Nate Parker gets up and he starts talking about his movie, the next thing you know, you play. The next thing you do is you see a black man and what appeared to be his son in like an old Honda Civic, maybe a Honda Accord, typical. And the police behind him, very typical. Okay, what is this movie's gonna be about? And I'm probably gonna figure this out probably within the next 10 minutes. Typical. But anyways, so in the movie, Nate Parker plays the father, and he is stopped by the cops, and he shows them an insurance card, and it's expired. So he goes to ask him if he could reach over to the glove compartment to get the right one, and the cop says no, pulls him out the car and everything. Nate Parker's son is on the passenger side, and he's recording. The other cop goes to tell him to stop recording and asks him to get out the car. Nate Parker screaming, put the phone down, put the phone down. The son is not putting the phone down. Next thing you know, he's getting pulled out the car, and you hear shooting, and then you go to the next scene. So we have no idea what happens. Typical, huh? Typical. The next scene, a year and a half later, you have this young man, this college student, knocks on Nate Parker's door, and his name was Lincoln in the movie. So let me say Lincoln. He knocks on Lincoln's door, and he asks him. Lets him know that he's working on a documentary about his son's death, and he would like to interview him. Now, keep in mind, we still don't know if the cop killed him. We don't know if he killed him. We don't know. We don't know what happened and stuff. So over a period of time, Lincoln and this college student, they start spending time with each other, and he shares the story. And through the process, it shows that Lincoln was raising his son by himself, and he took on a job to a job at the school so his son could be taken out of the hood and to go to a private school. It shows that Lincoln was a veteran. It shows that Lincoln was a family man, and even though him and his wife or the son's mother were no longer together, they still had some sort of relationship. It showed his bond with his uncle. It showed his bond with his mother. It showed his bond with his friend from the war, veteran who played Amari Hartwig. It showed a lot of things. It showed a lot of different things and stuff. And that's why I love the movie, because it touched on so many things. And sometimes you don't see that in the movies because they always make it seem like we are, as Black people, are a bunch of misfits and that we don't get along and that we don't support each other and stuff. Well, you have to watch the movie to see the whole concept, but those are the things that kind of stood out to me. Through the movie, the son's court case comes up, And of course, we know the routine. We know how it works. The police officer gets off, and the mother goes off. And then you just see a bunch of broken people. Um, Next thing you see is them heading to another trial, and Lincoln is in the car with the college student and the girl that's on his team helping him filming, and they make a pit stop, and they make a pit stop. And the pit stop is at the captain of the police department's house, which is a black man. Next thing you know, you see Lincoln coming out with a gun to the captain's head. Now, most people would be like, some of us was in there screaming, yes, yes. You know why? Because I'm one of those. I can honestly say I'm one of those who is sick and tired of hearing about my brothers getting, and now my sisters getting shot by cops or dying by being in the hands of cops and everything. And so I've always used to always say, let's solve this issue. Let's solve this issue. The next time a cop, black or white, shoots one of ours, we're going to take a whole group of us and we're going to go to his house, and we're going to pick his child or his mother or his wife or whoever, and we're going to torture them. I'm not going to lie. I really, really thought like that. Really, really thought like, because I figured if they notice that we're not playing and we're coming together, they'll stop acting stupid and all these accidents will stop happening. Anyways, next thing you know, they're on their way to the police department, and Lincoln and his friends take over the police department. What? The police officers become their hostages, and they have their own court case. Their own court case, where the cop who killed his son is put on trial, and they pick the jury members. And some of the jury members include prisoners from the jail that's in the building. You have got to see the movie. You've got to see the movie. I'm going to stop right there. Because I don't want to tell the whole movie. All I'm going to say is you have to see it. You have to see it. Everybody that's an American needs to see this movie. I believe that this movie needs to be shown at every school. I think every police officer needs to see this movie during training, and they need to get a refresher. I remember in the military, they always was putting training. Police officers need to see this. Prisoners need to see this. Black, white, Chinese, I don't care what you are. If you live in America, you need to see this movie. It's not your typical black movie, shoot 'em up. It's not. As a matter of fact, I can say I walked out the movie theater changing my thoughts on certain things. I was put in a situation as if the movie was so real, as if I was there, like I was experiencing it. And I've had some experiences dealing with police officers with my son, and it was just like, I felt like I was there. You have got to see the movie. I've read the reviews from Variety. I've read the reviews from, I think it was IndieWire. IndieWire trashed the movie. They made it seem like it was the worst movie. And I'm here to say that I am the total opposite end of the spectrum. I think it's one of the best movies ever written. I don't even want to say black movies. When I say that everybody needs to watch this movie, everybody needs to watch this movie. They talked about the quality of the movie. It's obvious that he didn't put a lot of money, but he also explained about he used the documentary style to do his movie, even though it wasn't a documentary. I mean, he just pulled it off well. I'm just going to put it that way. He pulled it off well. Everything about the movie I loved. I was screaming. I was mad. I was angry. I was like, oh my gosh. When I say that I felt like I experienced so many different feelings that it was crazy. I mean, but then he made sure that everybody had a voice, from the woman, from the women, from the veterans, from the white woman, the prisoners, the police officers, the Mexican. I mean, he made sure everybody had a voice in that movie. And sometimes we don't hear the voices. We only hear our voices. It's so loud that the only voices we can hear is our own. We have got to start listening to everybody's voices. Everybody. I guarantee you, other than the ones that are just really, truly, truly about hate, I think this movie will help a lot of police officers. I really do. I really, really, I hope it does. You all, Black people, and I'm going to say this, even though I think everybody should go, but Black people, just like we went out to see Black Panther and represent it like it was the best thing in the world, we need to do the same for American Skin. We need to rep those movie theaters. We need to sell it out the first day, the second day, the third day. Like, I'm ready to see it over again. You all, we have got to rep. We have got to support this man. I don't care what his personal life is like. I don't care that he's married to her. I don't care. All I know is this man sat down and he wrote a movie. And this movie is deep. It's deep. A lot of people may not want to know or hear it, but it's deep. It's deep. Man, it's deep. So American Skin on my list right now is number one. Number one, and I'm not going to just say number one in Black movies. That's a good movie. Now, there ain't too many movies out here that's good. There's some that I'm still confused that I'm like, I missed out on this. I don't know what this is about. Saw was one of the best movies ever written. The series, all of them. Now, I solved them before the end of each movie, but they made me think, and I love it. And guess who helped with the funding? The same person who did Saw helped with this. There's another movie out there that I can't think of it, but it was done, and it was a military movie, and it was John Travolta, Brad Pitt, Taye Diggs, Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, it was good. Yo, I watched that movie to the end, and I was so shocked because it was like, oh my gosh, it wasn't supposed to end like this. But anyways, I take pride in watching movies and going to movies and figuring them out. I couldn't figure this one out. It was well written. The point gets across in so many different ways. Y'all, we have to go support. We have got to support. I mean, this is where you get the family, you get the girls, you get the cousins, you get the cousins that don't never go to the movies, the old aunts and uncles, and you get them all to the movie theater. We don't bootleg this movie at all. We go to the movie theater and we represent, and we do it as a family and as a group. It's worth it. I promise you, it's worth it. If it's not, come back and tell me. It's worth it. American Skin. And don't get it confused, because when I was doing my research, there's another movie called American Skin, and it's about skinheads. That's not the one. American Skin's by Nate Parker. Y'all, this brother outdid himself. And Amari Hardwick played this role. Both of them played their roles. And Michael Warren, y'all remember Michael Warren from Hill Street Blues. That's the uncle. I was like, y'all used to have a crush on him. But anyways, y'all go check it out. That's just my 2 cents. It's nothing but my truth. I can't do anything but tell y'all my truth. I'm a supporter and I'm a fan. Y'all go check it out. Let me know what you think. Thank you.